Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. So today I'm going to try something a little new with my videos because I've been getting all kinds of questions about the baby parakeets. So today I'm going to do a top 10 questions most commonly asked about baby parakeets. So the number 10 question, most commonly asked question about baby parakeets is, what do the babies eat? So baby parakeets are 100% dependent on their parents for food. And what their parents will do is they will go out and gather seeds and fruits and veggies, and they will eat up all that food, that whatever is healthy for them, and they generally know what is. They will ingest that. The female will take it back to the nest and regurgitate it into the baby's mouth so that they can be filled. And that, once they regurgitate it, it's mixed in with a bunch of very nutritious saliva that the mother parakeet produces. Now, the mother parakeet actually gets a lot of her food from the male, who will stay with the nest and go out and gather food to feed to the mother parakeet to make her job a lot easier. So it's kind of a team effort. So the number 9 question on our top 10 questions about baby parakeets is, do they make noise? So yes, they make very adorable tiny little peeps. So they kind of squeak to their mom when they're hungry, as well as their mom actually squeaks back to them too, to kind of identify them a little bit. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about that. We have actually another question on the list about that. So the number 8 question on our top 10 questions asked about baby parakeets is, do the eggs always hatch at night? This one I was actually a little surprised on, because with my experience, I do have fairly limited experience. This is my first time ever raising up baby parakeets, but I've been doing a lot of research on it. What I found is that they kind of hatch all over the place. They don't really have a time of day. However, all of mine actually have hatched at night. And speaking of which, we did have another hatch, so we have 3 babies. So if you wanted to suggest a name, like I said in my previous video, for the other baby too, go back to the previous video and comment that in the comment section below the video, and I'll do a drawing of, once the babies are a little bit older and all the eggs I think are hatched, I'll do a drawing on who gets what name. Number 7 on the list is, do both parents help take care of the baby parakeet? So I think I kind of already answered this a little bit. Both parents do help take care of the baby parakeets. They actually do have different roles, however. The dad will generally go out and find more food and water, more so than the mom. So the dad parakeet will actually kind of go out, forage around, and then go back to the nest, but he generally doesn't go into the nest. He'll actually stand outside the nest and wait for the female to come out. He will regurgitate the food and water that he's drank into her mouth, who then will in turn regurgitate that into the baby's mouth. Kind of a chain feeding there. Number 6 on the list of the top 10 questions asked about baby parakeets is, how old will they be before they get feathers? So my 2 little guys are, as you can see, they are very young. They actually have a couple of very tiny little fuzzy looking feather things on them, but those aren't true feathers. So they're mostly naked little baby birds. So the average baby parakeet will take 3 to 4 weeks before it starts getting their true feathers in. And then before they start getting their flight feathers in and more adult looking feathers, that can actually be 30 to 40 days. So that's quite a bit of time for a baby to be in the nest like that. Halfway through the list, number 5, we have, what is the time between the eggs hatching? So the time span between the eggs hatching is anywhere between a day or 2, depending on when they were laid. So some birds will actually, all the eggs will hatch right around the same exact time. Same with a lot of reptiles, they'll hatch right around the same time. So they kind of coordinate that. I'm not entirely sure how, but with parakeets, they kind of lay an egg every couple of days, and then the eggs, when they're ready, they'll hatch every couple of days. So mine have had about a couple of days between each one. Now, excuse the tortoise; he's kind of scratching around in his bin there. I don't know if you can hear him. So the next question is, how long until the babies open their eyes? So as you've seen in some of my previous footage on these baby guys, they have not opened their eyes yet. So baby parakeets will take right around 10 days to open their eyes, and I cannot wait until mine open their eyes and so I could see their little faces starting to develop. But you can see those big dark spots on their head will actually kind of split open to reveal the actual parakeet's eyes. And the next on the list of our top 10 things about parakeets are, do the siblings fight? So that one I'm actually not 100% sure on. I don't think so. Like, not very much fighting anyways. They probably kind of squirm around and try to wrestle each other around for the food a little bit when their mom brings back food or their dad gives their mom food to give to them. So I'm sure they kind of wrestle around and have their squabbles, but nothing too serious. I didn't find anything online about very serious baby parakeets fighting. And for number 9 on our list, we have, what do they do with the eggshells after they've hatched? So the mom parakeets generally keep their nest very clean. They like it nice and clean, nice and free of any debris. So they'll actually, usually anyways, kick the shells out if they can. They'll just clean out the nest. They'll throw them out onto the whatever's outside their nest. And they'll actually do that with a lot of their bedding and any sort of nest material. You put it in there until they start laying their eggs, then they'll kind of appreciate the nest material a little bit more. But they do try to kick out all kinds of material in their nest boxes until their babies start to hatch, and then they start to get a little bit more lax on that, but usually they kick it out to keep a nice clean home for them. And for number 10 on the list of the top 10 questions asked about baby parakeets is, do the parents give them names? Meaning the baby parakeets' parents, not their human parent caretakers. Because I'm definitely going to give them names. I've already named the one Valentine, but the comment section in the previous video, I'll be getting the rest of the parakeet names from that. But to answer the question, do the parents give them names? And that answer is actually yes. The parent parakeets will kind of have distinguishing cheeps between each of their babies so they can distinguish between them. And they will actually continue that until the babies get older and start to leave the nest. And I'm not sure exactly how long. I think it's actually a lifetime thing. They'll kind of stick with that name, I guess, but it's a certain cheep given to them. I haven't really heard Bindi doing too many cheeps to her babies. I've heard the babies doing a lot of cheeping, but maybe they have to wait till they're a little bit older. So baby parakeets, though, can learn their name from both their human parent and their bird parent, which is really cool because humans can actually give them names, and it's been shown that parakeets and other parrots will learn their names from their human and their names from their birdie parent. So speaking of names, again, I've already mentioned it a couple of times. If you want to suggest names for the other 2 baby parakeets, and possibly more, we still have 3 eggs left. So go back to the previous video, comment those names in the comment section, and I'll be doing a video where I pull out names from a hat and see what we get out of all the names from the comment section. Another question that I've had, this is not really the top 10, this is just about my parakeets, is people keep asking me about how the egg in the incubator is doing. So the egg in the incubator, I just candled it earlier today just to answer this question better for you guys, and it's I don't think it's going to hatch. It's kind of yellowy inside and like all globular. I'm not sure what went wrong. I know I had one period where it did dry out for a couple of hours in there, but that I didn't think would really have that big of an impact on it, but it might have. So that's the update on the incubator egg. But as you saw, we have a third baby parakeet in the nest box with the mama bird. So, Mama Bindi bird, actually, that's her name. So that's very exciting news. We actually have 3 babies and 2 more eggs in there that are going to hopefully hatch soon. I haven't candled those ones yet because I've been trying to keep her nest box as sort of disturbance free as I possibly can, because she's a new time parakeet mom and I'm a new time parakeet. I guess you could call me a breeder now, because they kind of did it on their own, but I provided their nest box and everything, and wasn't really expecting it to get babies, but very happy that I did. So that is the top 10 questions about parakeets. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Possibly share it on other social media, but if you do, make sure you copy the link to the YouTube account. That way, it's not just on those other platforms. That way, I can actually get credit for these videos. I would greatly appreciate that. And let me know in the comments of this video what you'd like me to do on, or do videos on, in the future. I have all kinds of cool things. I actually have another care guide for crested geckos coming out soon, as well as maybe some more Q&A videos. Just tell me what you guys like, and I'll see what I could do to do it. Thanks again. Make sure, again, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you at my videos again, and yeah, have a good one.